Right, this is the battle against Silverlight from ONM. It was quite a long battle, so I decided to split it into two parts, as that probably seemed the better option there. I've had quite a few battles against him before. I think the scoreline's pretty even now. Due to the last three matches, I think I won, but other ones prior to that, I think he beat me. So I'll lead on Furnape and he goes to Love Disc. I'll go for the obvious fake out, as it'll get damage on anything, unless it's a ghost. So he keeps Love Disc, and then he decides to switch to Casilla, expecting a close combat, which was quite a good prediction this part, and I get a crit there. And seeing how much that crit did, it's just horrible. So I go for Stealth Rock, knowing he's probably going to attack, but I obviously have a sash, so I'll live it, and it's always good to have the Stealth Rock up. So I'll go for Fire Blast now, as I always just like using the Furnape as lead fodder, and it's going to do a heavy amount of damage to it with Blaze, High Power Fire Blast, etc. etc. So Casillas took quite a bit of heavy damage. I go to Crawdaunt now, and I go for the Crunch I believe, and he expects a Dark Attack, so switches to Umbreon, as he's obviously quite resistant. I get the Venge Drop, but it's quite useless really, but never mind. So I'll go to Pinsir now, not sure what to expect, but got something to do, and he goes for Yawn. One thing I realised about this Pinsir is it isn't mine. I got it for a trade, it was a trade fodder, and the only decent move it has is close combat, and I don't even think it's EV'd, which kinda sucks. So we both switch out there, I go to Swampert and he goes to Gliscor. He probably expected an Ice Beam there, but I go for Toxic, as Toxic and Gliscor would have been really useful. Actually, ironically got rid of Ice Beam for Toxic just before this battle, just to see how it would work, as this is a protecting Swampert, and giving it Toxic would be pretty good. If he goes for the Sweet Kiss and obviously doesn't hit me because I protected, then I think I go for the Surf here, expecting a switch, but he doesn't, and he goes for Toxic, and now I have a Poison Swampert, which isn't good, as I have no heal bellers, and I have no healing moves on Swampert or Wish support in my team. So I think for a while, I think I decide just to go for the Earthquake if he kept Love Disc in, but he doesn't. He goes to Cresselia. Even if I did go for Surf, it wouldn't have done much, and if I went for Toxic, he would have just rested up, as this Cresselia has rest. So I got Crawdaunt now, knowing he has Psychic, and I can't remember if I saw Ice Beam before, but his own attacks are Psychic and Ice Beam, which Crawdaunt could take pretty well. So he decides to go back to Love Disc as a Death Fodder here, while I go for the X-Scissor, as I thought he'd probably switch back to Umbreon, so I'll be able to take the hit quite well, but he goes to Manectric. I was looking here at my speed, as this is a Scarf Crawdaunt. I can't remember exactly Manectric speed, but I think it's in the 330s, if it's a plus speed nature, but looking at my speed and calculation for Choice Scarf, I think I reached the 340s. So I got a crit there, and from damage calculations did earlier, I'm pretty sure Manectric would have lived, and he told me after battle it was pretty bulky as well, so it probably would have lived. So I go to Gliscor, no, he goes to Gliscor on the Earthquake, so I go to Slowbro to take the Earthquake, so it's good to take hits with Slowbro. So I think for a while, as I wasn't sure what I should do, so I didn't want a chance at staying in, but I have Ice Beam, which I'm pretty sure he knows, as I gave him the Slowbro anyway. So he knows the moveset. So he goes to Umbreon, and I switch it out to Dunsparce. I don't know why I would have switched to Dunsparce in the first place. Guess I was expecting to switch. I could have went for the T-Wave there, but as that will paralyze me, I'll probably get paralyzed in my luck. So go back to Pinsir, and he goes for Yawn. But this time I realised that the Pinsir isn't EV or whatever. It might actually be EV, I don't know. Look how much that close combat did. It does have Choice Band, which would have helped, but I'm not sure. So he goes for the Curse there, expecting the switch because he used Yawn, but now Pinsir's asleep. I just like to have Pinsir sleep as it's something useless, and it's good that he can't use Yawn on me later on. So I go to Crawdaunt now, knowing there's probably not much he could do. He probably will Wish. I wasn't sure, so I go for Waterfall here, expecting a switch, but he doesn't. If I went for the X-Scissor, I might have killed, so it would have done a bit more damage, but I might have just lived. So no Waterfall's not going to do much. I go back to Swampert just to Toxic him, and even though his Synchronizer won't affect me as I'm already poisoned, that's quite useful, as I don't think I would have used Toxic if this didn't poison me earlier in the game. So he thinks for a while, knowing They're probably toxic, as Surf and Earthquake won't do much as he's got curses, and he goes for payback, probably expecting me to attack, or just see how much payback will do after the amount of curses he's had up. So now the Poison Hatchet is pretty useful, and I think I switched to Dunsparce here, expecting... No, I go for the Earthquake first, just to see how much it does. It doesn't really do anything, but it helps us get a little bit of damage, and get just did a bit more than his leftovers heals, so that was pretty useful. And he gets hurt more by poison. So here I was expecting him... Oh, end of part 1 actually. What's part 2?